What's up, YouTube? This is MathWiz97, and welcome to Monday Night Raw. We are coming to you live from El Paso, Texas. And we continue on the path to Cyber Sunday. We've got an exciting match card set for you in this one. Later on tonight in our main event, the World Heavyweight Champion Cesaro will be in action. He will be taking on Sheamus in singles competition. But to kick off the show, we've got tag team action as we await the arrival of the Usos, Jimmy and Jay. Of course, it was last week right here on Monday Night Raw where the Usos, well, they set their sights on the tag team champions, the Outcasts. They laid down the challenge saying, hey, we're coming for you. And of course, they, much like the Outcasts did just a few months ago, they're sporting a new look tonight. A completely different, I guess, persona to what we're used to seeing from the Usos. They have foregone the war paint, and, well, this is certainly a different look for the Usos here tonight, but, you know, the appearance only will get you so much. You can change your look, but have they improved their abilities? Is this new look going to give them some new confidence, and as well as that, have they been, because really, you can't just change your appearance and have that just be it. You know, you have to imagine that the Usos have been putting in the work, but is it enough? Is it enough to get them back on track to finally secure them a spot here on Monday Night Raw? But wait a minute. Well, Triple H, he said that the tag team championship split would create new opportunities, both for new and old superstars. Here's a new pairing right here. This is TM6 One, making their Monday Night Raw debut as a part of the new Superstar Initiative, so this could be a golden opportunity for TM6 One tonight. If they score a win over the Usos, well, they'll secure themselves a contract right here on Monday Night Raw. Truly, the tag team division, this is a new era for tag team wrestling here in the series. The Usos, I mean, you really have two different ends of the spectrum here. You have TM6 One making their debut, looking to earn a contract, looking to immediately make an impact, not only to just secure a contract in the company, on the Raw brand, but also line themselves up potentially for an immediate tag team title opportunity. But for the Usos, they're on the other end of the spectrum. They are a team who has struggled to really just gain any sort of presence here in the WWE. And a victory over TM6 One tonight, well, they have to get the win if they want to back up that claim that they'll be coming after the Outcast tag team titles. So really, this is a make or break match for the Usos, but it's also an important match for TM6 One. Neither team can afford to give an inch in this matchup, as we see the lockup, the chain grappling here from Jimmy Uso and Shane Thorne. Is Shane Thorne able to roll out of that armbar? And you can see just keeping himself loose, just perhaps a little bit of mind games there from Shane Thorne, as there's a punch straight to the face of Jimmy Uso and a drop kick, a beautiful drop kick, right on the button. As Jimmy Uso stumbles to his feet, there's a crucifix down into the cover. One, but no, a quick kick out there. First cover of the matchup did not get the victory, as you would expect it wouldn't. But you can see Shane Thorne. Shane Thorne, he's game. He's ready to go. Perhaps he's expecting a little bit more out of Jimmy, who gets whipped off the ropes. And Shane Thorne, tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. Jimmy Uso, he crashes down on the knee of Shane Thorne, as Shane Thorne now follows through with the elbow drop. Like I said, this is a tremendous opportunity for TM6 One tonight, as the tag is now made to Nick Miller. And look at this, some tag team wrestling on display here. Hurricanrana into a powerbomb. Beautiful combination. That's what you'd expect out of TM6 One. Is into the cover. One. Does he have him? Two. He might have him. No. A kick out by Jimmy. But of course, TM6 One, Australian born and bred, here tonight taking on the... Oh! Well, there's a counter by Jimmy Uso. But wait, now it's a counter back by Nick Miller. No, it's counter after counter after counter. It's true. Well, I guess the opposite of a slugfest. Neither man can land a punch. As now you saw there A bit of dirty tactics by the Usos, but of course that's again tag team fundamentals. Working together. The Usos, they truly are in sync. Oh! As Nick Miller whipped off the barricade. Whipped off the steel steps. You can see Jimmy Uso again trying to fire himself up, trying to... I don't know if he's trying to get the support of the crowd or if he's just trying to egg him on. But right now he's got Nick Miller. Looking to take him over to that barricade perhaps. What could Jimmy Uso be lining up here? Thinking an inverted suplex just to drape him out on that barricade. Oh, and a boot. A boot right to the side of the head of Nick Miller. As the referee continues the count, Jimmy Uso gonna have to bring Nick Miller back in the ring. I mean, a count out would score the victory, but that wouldn't quite be... It wouldn't really leave the same impact that the Usos are looking to leave in this matchup tonight. And the same could be said for TM6 One. Right now the tag made to Jay. Look at this. Alley-oos. The assisted Samoan drop by the Usos. And now Jay gonna crawl into the cover. 1, 2. But that's a kick out by Nick Miller. As you can see, Shane Thorne trying to rally the crowd, trying to rally his partner. As Jay looks to continue to go to work. On that lower back. As Nick Miller whipped into the turnbuckle. There's a punch to the face, a kick to the midsection. Down goes Nick Miller. And Jey Uso off the middle rope. Headbutt right to the rib cage, right to the side of Nick Miller. Now into the cover, but here comes Shane Thorne, and Shane Thorne breaks that one up. But look out behind you, Shane, as there's Jimmy rather. Jimmy Uso with a two-handed bulldog, able to blindside Shane Thorne, knock him to the outside. And now Jay gonna whip Nick Miller into the Usos' corner. Oh, but a counter there by Nick Miller. Nick Miller able to counter, avoid disaster perhaps. And now look at this, the roll up, the shoulders are down. Stacked on the canvas. 2, but no. A near fall there once again for TM6 One. As now Nick Miller's got him off balance, off guard, and he drops him. He drops him with that spinning neck breaker. And now Nick Miller with the Irish whip pulls him back though and into a hip toss. And Nick Miller starting to feel it, starting to feel the energy of the WWE Universe as he delivers a fist drop right into the face of Jey Uso. But Shane Thorne's not there to make a tag. Shane Thorne is not there in the corner. He was still trying to pick himself up on the outside. It's now Jey with the clothesline. Jey Uso with the clothesline. And now scaling to the top rope. You can see Shane Thorne just begging for a tag. Nick Miller trying to figure out where he is. And Jey Uso with the elbow drop off the top rope, straight to the back once again. Oh, but there's a counter. There's a counter by Nick Miller. And the tag made to Shane Thorne. As here we go. Back suplex delivered, and look at Shane Thorne, Tope Atomico. Shades of the late, great Eddie Guerrero. And once again, picture-perfect tag team fundamentals there from TM6 One. You can see now, back and forth, as Jey Uso misses with a shot. There's a European uppercut delivered by Shane Thorne. And now Shane Thorne, once again, drops Jey with that crucifix. And now Shane Thorne could be looking to make a tag once again as Jey Uso whipped into the corner. Things are not looking too good for the Usos right now. As Shane Thorne, he's got Jey Uso up on that top rope. What is this? What is this? What do they got cooking here? No way, no way. Look at this. Oh my God, an assisted superplex powerbomb. It might have taken as much out of Shane Thorne as it did Jey Uso. As Nick Miller down into the cover, hook the leg. 1. Does he have him 2? We might get a no. TM6 One nearly picking up the win right there. But Jey managed to survive it. Is now Nick Miller with a full head of steam, drop kick to the side of the head. And the Usos, well, the Usos, they are in trouble. They are in a world of trouble right now. Is Nick Miller, no, misses with the splash in the corner. Jey Uso now whips him off the ropes. Jimmy distracting the referee. Ew, a hip toss neck breaker delivered. And now Shane Thorne gets a shot. As Jey Uso knocks Shane Thorne off the ropes. Oh, and now things immediately... I mean, how quickly the tide can turn in a matchup like this. As now it's Nick Miller who's in trouble. TM6 One on the brink of defeat. As we've seen this before. Uso splash off the top rope. And Jimmy now into the cover, hook of the leg, but there's Shane Thorne. And Shane Thorne able to make the save. That, you have to imagine that would have put Nick Miller away, if not for Shane Thorne, but Jimmy Uso knocks Shane Thorne off the ropes. And now back into the corner. It looks like they're going to have to go for something else. Well, I say something else, but it looks like they're going to go for it again. It might have worked the first time, but they're just looking to cement their victory as there's another devastating splash off the top rope. Shane Thorne able to climb up to the apron. That's a 2 count. Shane Thorne can't make it in time. And the Usos pick up the win over TM6 One in a hard-fought contest. A tremendous outing there by TM6 One. You can't knock their performance. But at the end of the day, the Usos, they were just... I mean, hey, the first splash didn't work, so they got rid of Shane Thorne. They made sure he wouldn't break up the second one. And then they just went for it again, and that's what did it. Nick Miller, I question whether or not he would have kicked out of the first, but he definitely was not going to kick out of the second. Well, later on tonight, we will see Mojo Rawley take on Samoa Joe, and as you just saw, Mojo does not want Zack Ryder to join him at ringside. Well, that will be coming up after this matchup, but right now, this is a matchup that was set in place last week, and... I mean, really, what can I expect out of this matchup? Noam Dar, he will be taking on Fandango in this matchup. This was, I mean... Fandango was Noam Dar's hand-picked opponent. He essentially goaded him into this matchup, saying, hey, if you can beat me in a match, then I'll join the party animals, but only if you can beat me in a match. Clearly, Noam Dar utilizing the conditions of the new Superstar Initiative to exploiting them, as it were, using them to his full benefit. As it seems as though he's just going after the easy pickings. I mean, Fandango, I love the man. He's great, but... I mean, honestly, he's not... there's no way I can phrase this to not sound offensive to the guy, but he's not one of the top-tier superstars on Raw. He's never held a championship. He's certainly not the most impressive guy on the roster. But, I mean, I guess he's gullible. That's what Noam Dar was banking on. And now Noam Dar, well, it's official. He's got this matchup. Now all he has to do is win the thing. And hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Fandango can pull a rabbit out of the hat and he can surprise us all and score the win over Noam Dar. But from what I've heard, Noam Dar, this man has an impressive track record, and for how young he is as well, this man truly is a gifted talent. Perhaps a talent unlike any we've ever seen before. I mean, the amount that this man has accomplished, his in-ring ability, and at such a young age. I mean, Noam Dar, he could be the future of this business. He could be, perhaps, one of the biggest stars in our industry by the time he's retired. But, of course, he's a long way away from there. But tonight, he takes on Fandango. This is his Raw debut. And again, he is currently not under a WWE contract, but as per the WWE New Superstar Initiative, any superstar who is not under contract, if they can come in and defeat a contracted superstar, well, then they will earn a contract with whatever brand it was that they were competing on. When you see there, some respect, a handshake there by Fandango and Noam Dar, but I mean, come on. I mean, Fandango, I mean, really, he's been... I mean, Noam Dar's got him hook, line, and sinker. Fandango now... Oh, no! Well, there we go. Fandango surely an A for effort, but you can see Noam Dar. I mean, Noam Dar, he's full of himself. And I mean, hey, he's got the ability, so I guess the confidence is well warranted, but then again, it's a fine line between confidence and arrogance. And Noam Dar, well, he sure is... Oh, my God! Well, off the cross chop to the throat, European uppercut, dropped Fandango off his feet, and there's a stomp to the arm by Noam Dar. Of course, Noam Dar, quite the technician in that ring. His submission prowess is unlike any other. And right now he's got Fandango. It looks like Noam Dar is going to zero in on that leg as he's wrapping it up in the ropes there, in that bottom rope. Going to work on the leg of Fandango. We know that Fandango likes to deliver that leg drop off the top rope. He calls it the last dance. But, I mean, hey, if Noam Dar can take out the leg, Fandango's not going to be climbing to the top rope, let alone hitting any leg drops. And now you see Noam Dar again, continuing to go to work on that leg with this Indian Deathlock. Just putting all the pressure on that knee of Fandango. But, oh, a stiff shot there by Fandango. And Fandango, he's not playing around anymore. But it might be too late. Oh my god, yeah, it might be too late. Noam Dar, drop kick to the knee. He just face planted Fandango with that one. Oh, and here we go. Here we go. Noam Dar's got the knee bar. Noam Dar's got the knee bar applied. Fandango, I mean, his leg has been worked throughout this matchup, and Fandango taps out. Noam Dar gets the win. And just like that, Noam Dar is officially a Raw superstar. I mean, all we need to do is just get the contract inked up. I'm sure he's going to head right back there right now into Triple H's office and sign that deal, sign that contract with Raw. And, well, like it or not, Noam Dar, he gets the win. He's now a Raw superstar, and he sure did, he sure did use the benefits of the new Superstar Initiative to full effectiveness. But hey, that's how you make an impact. Noam Dar, I mean, certainly he's a guy you gotta have eyes on. There's no questioning that. Well, of course, Sami Zayn, I mean, he was given an ultimatum. He has until the end of the month to answer Curtis Axel's offer as to whether or not he will join the Outcasts. But clearly, Adrian Neville is not too fond of the prospect. Sami Zayn still a little uncertain. But we'll have to wait and see where that goes, where that development leads. But right now, it's time for Mojo Rawley to take on Samoa Joe. And according to Mojo, we're going to be seeing a different side, a completely new Mojo Rawley once that bell rings. I mean, you can see coming down to ringside, Mojo's as fired up as ever, getting the crowd behind him, getting the crowd hot. And of course, fired himself up because he knows that, well, this could be the fight of his lifetime. I mean, he's going to be taking on Samoa Joe, who ordinarily Samoa Joe, he's a force to be reckoned with. But last week, I mean, he speared AJ Styles into the breaker box, shut off the power in the stadium. I mean, it was truly something. I mean, AJ Styles was immediately rushed to the hospitals. I mean, he's not even here tonight. AJ Styles still recovering from the injuries he sustained. I mean, he got electrocuted. So I'd imagine that, I mean, I can't even begin to imagine what condition AJ Styles is in right now. But Samoa Joe, I mean, of course, Samoa Joe, he's A-okay. And now he's not only looking to, well, he's already taken out AJ Styles for who knows how long, but now it looks as though he's just looking to destroy half the Raw roster. And it's all because AJ Styles got in his way at Battleground. And Styles put him through the announce table with a Styles Clash. Joe tried to make his way back into the ring before the match could end, but he was met with a spear by Cesaro, got speared off the apron. And as we all know, Cesaro then went on to defeat AJ Styles and retain his World Heavyweight Championship. But for Samoa Joe, he will stop at nothing to get that World Heavyweight title. He might have failed at Battleground, but he is far from done. His quest will not stop, it will not end, until he has taken that World Heavyweight Championship away from whoever possesses it. So, now that Samoa Joe, he has taken out AJ Styles, you have to imagine that Cesaro, well, Cesaro's going to be next on his list. As the referee rings the bell, the match is underway. Samoa Joe getting straight in the face of Samoa Joe getting straight in the face of Mojo Rawley. But Mojo Rawley's not going to be intimidated. Mojo Rawley is not going to back down. As look at Mojo. Mojo is unleashing with a flurry of strikes. Massive clothesline. Samoa Joe's down. Mojo Rawley has taken the big man off his feet. I mean, how often do you see a guy outstrike Samoa Joe? I mean, just look at Mojo here. Mojo is like a man possessed. As there's a shot to the back. An axe handle drops Samoa Joe yet again. You can see Mojo is on fire right now. Mojo, I mean, this is a fire we have not seen from him before. Oh my god, but there's a counter. There's a counter, and he gets spilled to the outside by Samoa Joe. And now Samoa Joe. Well, that might be it for Mojo. Joe might have just put an end to that rally. I mean, Mojo, he might have temporarily won the Battle of Strikes, but, I mean, right now Samoa Joe is just laying into him. A headbutt, a kick to the ribs, kick to the back. And now Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe whips him straight into the corner of that barricade. Spine first. And yeah, that might be it. Mojo, he certainly started off on the right foot, but things are quickly going from bad to worse for Mojo Rawley. Another flurry of strikes by Samoa Joe. And again, it's very difficult to outstrike this man. It's now Samoa Joe running senton, got him with another senton. And he's going to go for it again, going for the third. And I mean, after all this, Mojo Rawley might have some broken ribs. And now Samoa Joe turning his back to Mojo. I mean, Joe doesn't even see this man as a threat. He made that crystal clear last week when he assaulted him backstage, and now Samoa Joe is just making him pay for it. I mean, Mojo requested this matchup. He wanted to fight Samoa Joe, wanted to get some payback on him. But now Samoa Joe's going to make him suffer for it. Because now Joe, he's got Mojo Rawley just with ease, just lifting him up in the air, power bombing him into that corner, tossing him around like a rag doll now with Samoa Joe. And of course, we know with Samoa Joe, I mean, there is no off button. I mean, there is no mercy. Samoa Joe, I mean, he'll just continue to strike you down until he feels like stopping. Another power bomb in the corner. And at this point now, the question is, well, when is Samoa Joe going to stop? Or is the referee going to have to stop this matchup himself? You can see Mojo still trying to crawl, still trying to get back to his feet. And Samoa Joe just mocking him like, oh, I see you've still got fight left in you. Not for much longer, as there's the enziguri in the corner, followed up. Actually, I got it mixed up. It was the reverse elbow, then the enziguri. And this is usually the prelude to what comes next, as Mojo perched on the top rope, and Samoa Joe looking to drive him into the canvas with the muscle buster. And count it, ref, the match is done. Joe hooks the leg. 2, and you could count to 1,000. Ain't no way Mojo Rawley's gonna be kicking out of that muscle buster. And with the type of mood that Samoa Joe is in right now, I wouldn't, normally I wouldn't want to cross this man's path, but if I was in the shoes of, if I was an actual superstar, if I had trained, even after years of training for this, I'd probably still want to stay way out of the way of Samoa Joe. He's now, look at Joe. I mean, the match is over, Joe. Clearly the ring bell, I mean, that's not his off button. He's still going to continue to attack him. He's now Mojo dumped to the outside. So Samoa Joe has issued the challenge. He wants AJ Styles at Cyber Sunday, and now just adding insult to injury, just taking out Mojo Rawley once again. I mean, he needs help. Ladies and gentlemen, I have just received some breaking news with regards to next week's episode of Monday Night Raw. Seth Rollins will return to in-ring competition. He will be taking place in next week's main event. But not only that, Brie Bella will be in the building with an important announcement regarding her future with the WWE. So as always, make sure that you stay tuned for next week's show, because you will not want to miss it. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Mojo Rawley has just been taken out on a stretcher, and it's time for our main event, as we await the arrival of the Celtic Warrior, the former 3-time World Heavyweight Champion. This is Sheamus. And tonight, Sheamus has perhaps the opportunity of a lifetime to resurrect his career. He goes one-on-one with the World Heavyweight Champion, Cesaro. And right now, well, it seems as though Samoa Joe has his sights set on eradicating AJ Styles. So that leaves the door wide open for a guy like Sheamus to step up. I mean, if he beats Cesaro in a matchup tonight, you have to imagine that that puts him right in contention for that World Heavyweight Championship. With Joe and Styles out of the picture, we're unsure of who's going to be the next man to step up and face Cesaro. It could be Sheamus, if he can have an impressive enough performance tonight. But as we saw at Battleground, defeating Cesaro is no easy task. I mean, Cesaro, former United States champion, former Intercontinental champion, and of course, the current World Heavyweight champion. He defeated Dolph Ziggler at WrestleMania to capture the gold. Whereas Sheamus, despite being an original here in the series, he's been around for quite some time, has never competed at... Well, there's Samoa Joe. Well, those are some strong words from our World Heavyweight Champion. Samoa Joe clearly is not pleased. But Cesaro, of course. Cesaro going to make his way down to the ring for this matchup. And it seems as though Samoa Joe, well, he's going to be keeping a close eye on this next encounter. Cesaro, of course, he did defeat AJ Styles and Samoa Joe at Battleground. And although Samoa Joe might not be done with him, Cesaro clearly has moved on. I mean, Cesaro, Styles and Samoa Joe are now in his rearview mirror. And as Cesaro just said, if Samoa Joe can't beat AJ Styles, a man who Cesaro has already defeated, well, then there's no way that Samoa Joe is ever going to have any hope of defeating and taking away the World Heavyweight Championship from Cesaro. Well, tonight, as I was saying a moment ago, Sheamus, despite how long he's been in the series, has never competed at WrestleMania. But that, if anything, that is Cesaro's grandest stage. That is where he captured the United States Championship. That's where he captured his World Heavyweight Championship. Cesaro, he knows how to get the job done in big-time matches. He knows how to come in. He knows how to pull out clutch performances and to come up big when it matters most. As we saw at Battleground, as we saw at Payback, as we saw at Extreme Rules. Maybe not... Okay, not really Payback. That was a bit of a... I mean, for obvious reasons, the club's interference, Cesaro did not exactly come out looking as dominant as he normally would. But even then, that match with AJ Styles was quite the back-and-forth clash. But we'll see how back-and-forth this matchup is going to be between Sheamus and Cesaro. And straight out of the gate, we're going to just getting a bit of taste of how this matchup is going to go. I'd imagine it'd be very smash-mouth, very physical. We know that Cesaro loves to utilize those European uppercuts. Sheamus has already struck with a headbutt. You can see both of these men just ready to go, ready to bring it on. We already saw an uppercut. Sheamus throwing haymakers. But it seems as though it's going to be Cesaro's uppercuts that'll win the day. As Cesaro ducks underneath. And there's another one, European uppercut. The full force of Cesaro, the full momentum of Sheamus collide. And of course it's Sheamus on the receiving end as Cesaro off that double foot stomp to the midsection now, out to the apron, springboard crossbody. That's the thing about Cesaro, he truly is one of the most gifted athletes in the industry today. I mean, despite how much of a powerhouse he is, despite how much of a physical striker he is, he can still fly around the ring with the agility of a cruiserweight. And that is the true danger, the true threat that Cesaro poses. I mean, no matter how good you are, Cesaro can hit you from any angle with any type of... I mean, he's got any type of offensive assault. He can He can approach the matchup like he's the powerhouse. He can approach the matchup like he's the high flyer. Really, Cesaro is a man an athlete unlike any we've ever seen here in the series. But Sheamus, of course, he is a former three-time World Heavyweight Champion. So you can't ever discredit the abilities of Sheamus. And he hasn't quite been as successful as he would have liked over the last several years, but hold the phone. Cesaro with a swing into the barricade. Devastating assault there by Cesaro as he's going to whip Sheamus back inside the ring. And the Swiss Superman follows him in. And this is where the Swiss Superman starts to take control. He just drove Sheamus into that barricade, and now going to put that raw power on display with a deadlift gut-wrench suplex. Another one of Cesaro's trademarks. He loves the European uppercuts. He loves the gut-wrench suplexes. And of course, you've always got to watch out. Always got to watch out for that devastating neutralizer. But now you can see Sheamus. Sheamus answering back with viciousness. With just pure aggression. Those knees straight to the ribs and now follows through. Driving the knee straight into the sternum. And again, a vicious headbutt by Sheamus. There's a body shot. Oh, and an uppercut.
Are you not entertained?
And Sheamus just soaking it in. Sheamus, he's got Cesaro on the palm of his hand right now. And he's got the WWE Universe in the palm of his hand. Well, of course, more like a captive audience, as it were. But nonetheless, Sheamus has control at the moment. Dragging Cesaro away from the ropes. And now Sheamus again just going to go back to pummeling him. Striking away once again at the World Champion. Is now Sheamus. Sheamus is going to lift Cesaro up there. And look at the strength of Sheamus now. As he's got this submission hold applied. Quite the unorthodox move right here. But Sheamus has got him stretched out. Is this like a modified gory special, or... Forgive me on the technicalities of it. But either way, Cesaro escapes. And now Cesaro back on him with the European uppercuts. Cesaro continues to strike away with his trademark uppercuts. And Sheamus staggers against the ropes. But that's right where Cesaro wants ya. As here's Cesaro's springboard European uppercut. Once again, beautiful like poetry in motion. Hooks the leg. He might have him. No, he doesn't. Sheamus manages to kick at it too. And here come the "you look stupid" chants. Well, of course, directed at Sheamus. Right now, Sheamus is in a world of trouble as Cesaro fires up the gut-wrench suplexes yet again. This time he's going for the trifecta. Got him with the second, and he's keeping it hooked. Cesaro follows through with the third. This could be the beginning of the end for the Celtic Warrior as Cesaro scaling to the top rope. He's looking to go high risk. From the top, elbow drops. A Shawn Michaels-like elbow drop delivered by Cesaro with precision accuracy. And he has him. No, he doesn't. Sheamus still manages to survive. Cesaro off the devastating elbow drop. Not enough to put him away. And Cesaro, it looks like Cesaro could be looking for something big here. Perhaps looking to swing him, but no. Sheamus is not ready to be taken on that ride. But Sheamus just rocks Cesaro with that knee. Right on the button. Now what's Sheamus got in mind? Sheamus, Irish curse backbreaker. Oh, but he's looking for a trifecta of his own. Sheamus got him for the second. And he still got him. Sheamus with the third. A triple Irish curse combination. And is that going to be enough to put the world champion down? Hook of the leg. 2. And of course not. Cesaro powers out before the count of 3. And Sheamus is starting to get frustrated. Sheamus now in the corner. Pounding his feet into the canvas, just waiting for Cesaro. Could be looking for the bro kick. Could be looking for the no. No! Cesaro caught him. Cesaro caught him with a Michinoku driver. Hook of the leg. 1. It's over. It's over. No! Sheamus with a full out of steam looking for the bro kick, but Cesaro caught him halfway and dropped him with the Michinoku driver. And now just look at the ease with which Cesaro rolled into this air raid crash neckbreaker. I mean, Cesaro, the way he moves around, he's a natural out there. And now Tope Atomiko, shades of Eddie Guerrero. And Cesaro, just like that, showing off his power and his agility in one fell swoop, in one fluid motion. Oh, as now he swept out the legs. Here goes Cesaro. It's time for the King to swing as Sheamus goes around and 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 around. And Cesaro just swung Sheamus into oblivion. Now the cover. 1, 2, 3. No! Sheamus again. Sheamus again, just able to peel the shoulder off the canvas. A tremendous display of strength right there by Cesaro. A tremendous display of athletic ability. But Sheamus is still on his feet. Sheamus staggered into the corner. And Cesaro now up to the middle rope. And another European uppercut delivered. Cesaro got him with another European uppercut. Sheamus is down. Sheamus is back up, and a counter. Back body drop. Sheamus is finding something left in the tank. There's now Cesaro up on his shoulders. Here's Sheamus with a rolling senton. Sheamus delivers with a rolling senton. And again, the crowd comes to life, trying to spite Sheamus with the "you look stupid" chants. Now off the top rope, battering ram, shoulder block. A tremendous move there by Sheamus could turn the tides of this matchup. And he's sizing him up. He's looking for the brogue. Brogue kick, no. Cesaro dodged the brogue kick. Cesaro able to counter the brogue kick, step out of the way. And a European uppercut once again to the back of the head. And Cesaro, these uppercuts with added intensity tonight. Perhaps just looking to send an extra emphatic message to Samoa Joe. As he got him with the Swiss Death off the ropes. But Cesaro's not done. Got him again. Got him with another one. Back-to-back Swiss Deaths. Hook of the leg. 1, 2, 3. It's over. And Cesaro just out there to prove a point, to send a message tonight. Opting not to go for the neutralizer. Instead, just looking to dominate Sheamus with brute force. European uppercut after European uppercut. And at the end, I mean, eventually Sheamus was going to be knocked cold. His lights were knocked out. Cesaro puts him away with the second Swiss Death. And that's a wrap on this matchup. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me for yet another action-packed installment of Monday Night Raw. Your world champion Cesaro stands tall once again. And until next time, as always, keep on YouTubing.